I need to go this way. So many cords. Short. There we go. Alright. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome back to the Art of Yarn podcast. I recorded the other day and I was having all my cards were full very quickly, and I just don't feel like editing much. So I just want to do it in one take and be done. Like I do it the oh, I can't think of the name. Ed Wood style. One take, done. Fine. Keep moving. So, knit-wise, I've been making some washcloths for charity, and it was just nice to knit a washcloth in worsted weight yarn, which I haven't. I've been working a lot of fingering lately, so it's so fast. So fast. I forgot to grab them. They're washcloths. Out of cotton. Store-bought cotton. You know, they're washcloths. The patterns aren't anything interesting. They're just seed stitch or a take-on seed stitch, or like a random pattern I just picked out of a knit pattern book. So nothing too extraordinary on that. What I have been working on has been a lot of dyeing. It's Fiber Show time, festival season. So I have 3 this go round. One just finished. Well, it finished a couple weeks ago. It was at the end of April, called the Yellow Rose Festival. It was an awesome festival. Everyone's super sweet, very well organized, and just a pleasure to be at. So I signed up for next year. And I was really good. I didn't buy too many goodies. I was tempted. Very tempted. I did buy a few, and I'll show them to you guys. And I bought stuff for my mom, more so for Christmas and birthday, or not birthday, either Christmas or birthday and Mother's Day. Both my parents were down, and it was the closest to Mother's and Father's Day that I've seen them in a long time. So I did like a little Parents' Day celebration with them, where they got presents, and we went out to Cracker Barrel because my mom loves their pancakes, and she'd been really wanting some Cracker Barrel pancakes. So she got her present. So I've been working on a lot of dyeing. I've got the Houston Fiber Festival in June, end of June, so I've got dye pots going right now. A lot of my colorways, most of my colorways take multiple days to complete because there's lots and lots of layering, and when I rush it, it doesn't come out right. I actually have some that I had to rush for the Yellow Rose Festival that I'll be over dyeing because they're not right. They're just let's see. I've got bangs. Just needed a little bit of a change. And I have a cowlick up here, so they don't lay flat or even, but I like it. It's asymmetrical. I like that. Anyway, ADD time. Also, I have the Chicago Midwest Stitches, at the beginning of April. Or not April. Wrong month. August. It's August. It's in August. Completely different. So, very excited to go up to Chicago and see if my work sells there. Not too excited about the drive. Totally forgot about the long drive, which I've done before from Houston to Detroit. It's a long drive. I'll be, instead of splitting it up in 2 days like my husband and I did, I'll be splitting it up in 3 days because it's a long drive. And I plan on stopping at yarn shops on the way because yarn shops. Why not? And that'll be a good like break from driving a yarn shop stop. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other news before I go into knitting. Yeah, the end of April was insane. I had the Fiber Festival that I was prepping for and getting, ready. And then the end of the semester, so getting long days of critique with my students, making the stress of them finishing their projects, and which is oddly stressful, worrying about other people's finishing their work and doing their best. Because it's very frustrating when they don't. Very frustrating. And then right after that, my sister and her family came down to San Antonio for a vacation, so we're busy with that as well. Like 2 weeks right on top of each other of nonstop fun and stress. So, I took like a week off from dyeing, and now I'm back at it. I need to work on some artwork, though. I really, trying to find a good balance after school is really difficult, and I forgot that from undergrad. So yeah, just 3 jobs, 2 of which are self-run. It's hard to balance. Anyway, let's talk about fun knitting things. Hey! So the cardigan with the really cool shoulders that I picked up again and then I put it down again. I just haven't been in the mood to work on it. It got to a point where I needed to pay attention to it a bit more, so I put it down. I was, with traveling or doing stuff with where I could actually knit, I needed to pay attention to my surroundings and not my knitting, so I just took socks, a pair of socks that I've been working on, just kind of chipping away at a little bit at a time, and then I had the grand idea of like, let's make them tall. That is not a grand idea when you have thick legs. Stupid idea. That's what that was. So, while in San Antonio with my family, my sister learned how to knit, and she just like nonstop figuring things out herself. She taught herself Fair Isle, and she learned how to knit in January. And she taught herself how to Fair Isle. And she did it correctly. She did two-stranded, two-handed Fair Isle. Taught it to herself correctly. Didn't look it up, just figured it out. That's my sister. She's super smart. Anyway, we stopped at the Yarnivore in San Antonio. I wanted to show them, I knew of a couple stores in San Antonio to stop at, and so we stopped at 2, there are 4, but we stopped at Yarnivore and in Skane. So Yarnivore, they have a T-Rex knitting with little T-Rex arms. And they sell my yarn. So go by there. Buy some Kyla's Lab. Or just, the owner is amazing. She's a giant sweetheart. So just go over there and say hello. So yes. Yeah, I had the trunk show there. Amazing time, even though turnout was kind of hit or miss, but I had a blast getting to know the employees and everybody. So anyway, when I was there, I picked up, do I have the ball bands? I do. Artist Chunky Superwash Merino hand dyed by Freza Yarns, and they are out of Turkey. So I picked up this color, which I actually had dyed one of my kind of baby dyeing yarn colorways that I call Tropical Banana. So like, to me this is Tropical Banana because I dyed a similar yarn. And then I'm also mixing in some like hand spun, some core spun, like hand spun stuff, so, and like novelty yarn, like, so that's some sparkly bits. And just playing around, doing, like, there's no pattern. I just like, oh, I'll just cast on a bunch of stitches and I don't know what it's gonna be, and I'm just gonna do some short rowing because short rowing's fun. And it'll be a mess, but I like the mess that I see. Like, it's crazy and fun. I think it'll be like a fun drapey neck thing piece. So yeah, this one of the yarns still has quite a bit of lanolin in it. So my cat Jack loves it. And every time I pull it out to knit, he's gotta love it and paw at it. So yeah. Also right now I need to put it away to make samples for, oh no, that's paint. No, that's not paint. Okay. I think it was like toothpaste. Okay. Anyway, I need to make samples for a couple shawls for my booth. I want to get some kits done up for them and get them made, which it sounds like it'll be like that. It's not going to be like that. I'm not a fast knitter, and I've got other things that have to prioritize, like dyeing yarn, to sell the kits. So one thing that I am fast at is weaving. So I rented a loom from the Hand Weavers Guild of Houston because they're amazing. And if you're in the area, you should definitely join. Not that I'm biased, totally biased, but anyway. So I wove with some of my yarns. This is out of my Dream Base, which is cashmere, merino, and nylon. And so my warp is a variegated orange and blue, and then called Citrus Skies. And my weft is a gradient, one of my speckled gradients called Koi Pond, which went from oranges and pinks, corals, to like blues and purples, and you can actually see the end of the skein on the edge of the warp because I didn't do math. If I did the math, I would have switched up how I wove it to show off all the gradient. But I really like the crocheted edge. I think it's really cute. And I just crocheted into like around the selvage. So if you're a beginner weaver and you know how to crochet, you can just dip into that selvage. It's just a couple picks in and do a simple shawl pattern, and it's a really nice edge on a shawlish scarf. So but I just wanted to show people that you can weave with knitting yarn, and weaving's amazing, and everybody should learn how to weave. Not that I'm biased. Totally biased with everything. Anyway, especially fiber stuff. I'm for it. For fibers. Okay, so this is a woven twill, and let's see. My camera is set up further away. I don't think you're getting the pattern. It's really subtle. Oh, there you can see it. It's a subtle color variation. There are so many mistakes in this. It's ridiculous. There are treadling mistakes. There's threading mistakes. It's a hot mess. But I wove it in a day in a panic of trying to get it done. So anyway, this is out of my Relax Light, which is non-superwash merino, and which weaves up beautifully. It's super soft and squishy and just amazing to feel. This would make a wonderful garment. It's great for next to the skin. It's just overall a great yarn. A lot of people are afraid of non-superwash. The plus with just a regular yarn, not that hasn't been treated with superwash, is that it will stick to itself. So it's really great for Fair Isle. It's excellent for weaving, especially when you're wet finishing. That the warp and the weft aren't as likely to pull apart and make like spaces. Like here, I noticed when I held this up, there was more tugging in this area, especially here. It moved quite a bit where the weft opened up from the warp, and that's because superwash doesn't really stick to itself like non-superwash will. Alright, on to some of the goodies that I picked up with the Fiber Festival and at Yarnivore. So I already showed you the one skein, or two. I got two of those bulkies, but they were pretty much the same. This is a kitty cat tail. Come here. Oh my goodness. Mom, don't. I just want to be on the table and put my tail in your face. Okay, you do that. Anyway, so these are for, Ungeek Yarns, what they do is they'll knit up samples and then they will make mini skeins with their leftover yarns from their swatches, and I thought these two went really well together, and I think I might make a pair of socks with them. So they're about a half a skein, or about 50 grams. So there's around 200 yards of each. So I don't know what exactly I'm going to do with them, but I was thinking some socks. Maybe like alternating stripes. Maybe I'll do some Fair Isle. I don't know. Okay. So what I picked up that I can show, I gave my mom part of the stuff that I picked up. The other, I don't know if she even watches these. She might. The other is something that I set aside. So, I picked up some yarn from Lazy Cat, Colors of Orgord, Colors of Orgord. So, and like this is one of those colorways where each of the skein is different. So that one just spoke to me and needed to come home. I always like her work. She does some beautiful work. She's also a sweetie, so yeah. So there you go. You guys should check out Lazy Cat. And I mean, look at that logo. If you're a cat person. Sorry, you're getting glare from my lights. There you go. Oh my goodness. I don't have a Lazy Cat here. She needs lots of love. She was licking my face earlier, and I think she licked off some of my like polka dots and stars that I put on to cover a zit, and then it looked weird, so it just grew. And somehow I managed to have like drag queen from like here to here today. Whatever. Oh my goodness. And then the last thing I bought, which uh-oh, did I not get a card? And they don't have their name. This is from a bat maker who makes spinning bats and uses, so this has bamboo, merino, and fire start in it, which is the sparkle. So this looked like, it's called Acid, and when I saw it, it looked like a radioactive like meadow, and it called my name. I think I'll probably core spin this when I get back into spinning, which I need to do. I miss, or at least get back into spinning my paper yarn. I'm way behind on that. Like that art piece that I need to finish. I have a bunch of it cut up into strips. I just need to spin it up. So yeah, those are the goodies. Don't have much else to say besides I will talk to you guys later. I will be getting back to the fiber info things, like all about fiber, where we're going to talk about the different fibers and microns and things like that. But and the difference between cellulose and protein and all of that. But I need to reorganize my research again and review things before I do that. And I just don't have time right now. I've had other things that are a bit more important. So you're just going to have to be patient. But anyway, oh my goodness. I have one cat here that needs lots of lovings, and she's enjoying it so much that she's drooling. Oh my goodness. She's a sweet girl. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh my. Such a sweet girl. Turn off.